Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. It's day 125 on the NHS Path Remission Programme, so it means I'm coming to the end of week 18, which is also the last of the 6 weeks for the food reintroduction phase. And then after this, it's kind of purely just kind of like a maintaining kind of thing, although like keeping on the routine, maintaining slash losing through it. Um, so this is where they'll make sure that I don't go above a certain weight and trigger a reset or anything like that. So it's now kind of all up to me and what I'm eating and following the educational modules and things like that going forward. So first things first, apologies for not uploading last week. It was quite busy for me. Lots of things going on. Just didn't find the time. I didn't even upload to TikTok or anything like or a short to kind of like do an update. But I'm here now. Apologies for that. I'm also going to be changing up how I'm uploading videos as well. So I probably will keep doing this weekly vlog because it'll for YouTube anyway, as it will contain like my measurements and stuff what's going on. Or possibly I may start uploading different shorts because essentially for context what I was doing is I was recording a short video on the Thursday when I do the weigh-in, and I was uploading that to TikTok, and then I was basically just taking the same video and then uploading that to YouTube. But I didn't realize that YouTube had a 3-minute cap on videos for shorts, and some of my videos that I was making for TikTok was maybe a bit longer than that. And once I realized, I started trying to condense the TikTok videos to 3 minutes or less, and I didn't think that was really fair for people using different platforms. So what I'll do is I'll continue doing the TikTok videos on a Thursday. So they may be again like say 6 up to maybe 10 minutes long, like 6 minutes long, whatever. As I kind of talk about little updates, and then depending on how I feel, I may upload make a short video, like a 3-minute short for YouTube, which just does the measurements. And then obviously I'll do the Sunday video like this where I just go into a bit more depth and detail, or I may forego the YouTube short and just do the TikTok one on the Thursday, and then the kind of like this little vloggy thing that I'm doing on a Sunday, and just ignore the shorts. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, measurements. So unfortunately, over the last couple of weeks, I've gained weight. So last week I gained 200 grams, and then this week I gained 1.2 kilos. So in all, I went up 1.4 kilos, which is about 3 pounds, I think, along those lines. And I'll be honest, so I'm not overly concerned about it because I kind of know when you hear scratching on my seat, because I kind of know what kind of went wrong. I mentioned in the last video that I ate some extra carbs. I kind of feel like I just kind of like jumped the gun a bit with food reintroductions. Like I say, by week 17 and 18, I should have been kind of going up between 1600 to 1800 calories. But essentially what I did is in my brain, I was thinking, well, my basal metabolic rate is like 2,400 calories. As long as I eat less than that, I'm still going to lose kind of thing. So I went from 16, like being under 1,600 calories and jumped up to 2,000 calories. And I think that jumping calories and also where I kind of introduced more carbs in kind of like a very short period of time, it kind of triggered more maybe like a retention phase, or it just meant that there was more food volume in my digestive system, and so that kind of like just accumulated to me being a bit heavier. So I don't think it'll ever be a case of like I gained fat during the time. I think it was just either kind of like water from the extra carbs, because apparently for every like gram of glycogen from carbs that you retain 3 grams of water or something like that. So that was probably part of it, and then just the extra volume of food in my system altogether kind of increased from that as well. But I say, not too concerned, because I know I'm going to reduce my calories back down to about 1,800. I try and like that's what I'll aim for, and if I go over a little bit, that's not going to be so much of a deal. As I say, as long as I'm under 2,000, or under 2,400, I know I'm going to still lose weight, but I'm going to aim for 1,800 for this kind of like period for a few weeks and see how that goes. I already know that I'm losing weight again because I have stepped on the scale since that, because I went up to 150.5. I jumped on the scales this morning and I was down to 148.9, although that's not like an official that I've put on my health app or anything like that. It's just what I know, what I've seen. So again, not too worried, but I won't lie and say that it didn't affect my psyche about the whole process when I saw those numbers go up. Even though, like in my head, I knew the science about what happened and what's going on, and that the body isn't a neat mechanical machine where input equals output with work. It's this marvel of biological evolution and adaptation, which means that we don't know what bloody hell goes on. Like most of the time when you kind of do something and it does something different to what you think, it's kind of like, oh, like in my brain was like, oh, I eat so many calories, I work out so many calories, I should lose this much. Like, no, I'm going to hold on to some of this for some reason, or I'm going to do that and it's going to mess it up. So that was a learning experience for me. It's not an exact science, I suppose is the best way to say it. It's weird. But yeah, so so I kind of not too concerned about that, but it did affect, even though I knew what was going on. I seeing the number go up was kind of like, oh, I'm really disappointed and frustrated about that. So it does get difficult, and I know that is at the point where people would see that happen, and they would say they'd probably throw out the rest of the week and go, well, if it's gone up now, I might as well treat myself and do stuff, which is absolutely the worst thing to do. And I know I'm probably guilty of doing it myself. Oh, definitely, I've done that in the past where I've kind of like I've done really well. I've seen a lot of progress, and then suddenly a small little hiccup. I'm like, oh, well, I might as well do this. So yeah, that is definitely, don't do that. It's recoverable. It's so easily recoverable. Just don't do it more than kind of like, I don't know, like say, don't have 2 bad days. If you know that you've accidentally gone over in a day, do everything with your new power to not go over the next day. Same with exercise. If you know that you didn't move or do the exercise that you wanted to do one day, make sure you do it the next day and keep the routine. Don't have more than 2 bad days of like missing targets in a row, and you'll be fine. You'll start seeing again. It's like mentioned in the other video I put on TikTok. It's like making changes and like making adjustments to kind of see change is like operating like a big oil tanker or something. You'll spin the wheel, make the change. So that's me lowering my calories down. Now I've got to wait for the tanker to start moving slowly onto course, and that's when I'll see the result. So change now. A week or two time, in a week or a week or two, I'll see the change. I'll see the difference. So that's fine. So learning from that perspective is, I'm glad it kind of, in a way, I'm glad it happened, because it kind of opened up to saying, oh, actually, this is what I'm like when I see something that I don't necessarily like. It does affect your psyche and attitude towards it. But I think it's good that I recognized what was going on, and I recognized that I can't let this throw me off. I need to trust the process, go back to the grind, and I'll see results. And I'm seeing them, which is really good. So yeah, so to confirm, so my weight, so last time I measured on Thursday officially, I was 150.5, so I've gone up 1.4 kilos. Blood pressure, still pretty good, is like 124 over 171 or something like that, so still really good blood pressure wise. And blood glucose, in fact, when I measured that, that's kind of one of the things that really saved me, because I think I probably wouldn't have been able to take 2 hits in a go, so that dropped as well. So the week before it was 5.9, because I don't know if you remember, a couple of weeks ago I think it went up to 6, and so I knew if it had been a case of, say, my weight had gone up and also my blood glucose had gone up as well, like 6.2 or 6.4, something like that, I'd been like, oh fuck, everything's going wrong. Sorry for all the swearing. But it went down to 5.5. I was like, excellent, great, at least that kind of proves in my mind that it's not like a fat gaining kind of thing. Yeah, it's just kind of water retention or anything like that, because the blood glucose went down. So happy about that. Next things, so activities going really well. Again, doing the badminton on the Sundays. I did hurt my back a couple of weeks ago doing that, because I went a bit too full out doing a match with the person I play with. But that's kind of healed now, and that's better. So I'm guessing that could have affected the weight as well, because as your muscles are like trying to recover and stuff, they may hold on to water more in that regard. On Saturdays now, I'm doing just a casual 5 kilometer, 10,000 step walk, because I found a nice little route that goes around. where I live in the park. So I can do that on a Saturday. And during the work week, I say now, where I walk part way into town and then catch the bus from town to work. So I've got that nice little kind of like 17 to 20 minute walk in the morning. Then at lunch, after I've had my tuna veg salad, I go for another 20-minute walk, and then I may walk all the way home from work, which will be another about 30 minutes or so. And that gets me pretty high up to like the 10k mark. But what I have noticed, and what I'll put up on the screen, is that I found a walk that I got the data from tracking on my watch from the end of May. End of May. And I found, obviously, a more recent one like last week, the same walk. And you can see that my health has improved because the heart rate from the first walk is like, I think it's like 119, my heart beats per minute. And then in this recent one, for the same walk, same amount of time, no, not doing anything really different, my heart rate is now dropped down to 97. So my body is now acclimated, adjusted to doing those activity, which is a bit of a pain, because now it means that if I want to get my heart rate up into zone 2, which is apparently the like weight loss zone, I need to put in more effort. Great. And there's a couple of ways I can do that. I can either try and like pick up the pace when doing those walks, like do more like power walking or bits of it in power walks, like stage, maybe like do 10 minutes regular walking, then 10 minutes higher pace, and then another 10 minutes of lower pace. See that? Or I can just leave the walks as chill and then say go jump on the exercise bike for 10-20 minutes and try and keep myself in zone 2 for as long as possible during that time. Other things like that. Yesterday I started doing a couple of exercises that a friend has shown me, with doing kind of like squats and crunchies, and they're called lats, I think, where I hold weights out and I like put them out to my side and to my front, and it really kind of works on the muscles and stuff like that at top. So yeah, so activity still going really well. I'm still thinking that maybe beginning of next month, so the beginning of not August, beginning of September maybe. We'll see how August goes with like doing calisthenics and at-home exercises. But maybe the beginning of September, may look at joining a gym just so I can get onto like machines for like doing upper body strength and core, like abs and lower kind of thing. Because I think if I can get used to do it using a machine, it'll be easy for me to kind of like scale up on that while keeping the same technique by adding weights to it. Something else to look at. No, in that kind of regard. So yeah, so eating still going well. Exercise and activity still going well. Mental health still really good. Still really positive about it all. I really enjoy, like, every time I see, like, sometimes I catch people out and stuff like that, and they'll say, "Oh, I've been following your journey online, and it's going really well." And they'll ask me questions about it. And I'll tell them like my perspective and what I'm doing about it, and it's a really nice exchange and conversation. And yeah, just that kind of like confidence boost of us, like you're doing so well. It's like really good, and like people like say that you're inspiring and stuff, and it kind of make me feel kind of really weird. It's like, I didn't think I was going to be like that inspiring, but you know. I really do appreciate it. It like doesn't give me the warms and fuzzies. I don't think I'm just a guy documenting his health journey because I think it holds me accountable. And if it is inspiring people as a side effect of that, then bonus is all I can say. Absolute bonus. But yeah, no, I really enjoy. I feel really lucky that I haven't come across anybody like negative about it. Only people who are curious and people who are supportive, kind of thing. I've not had anyone. I say I've not had anyone. I've had a couple people tell me, kind of like, well, not tell me, but like say like, "Oh, I told you so." You know, if you listened to me in the past, kind of thing, or did that, and I just smile and nod about it because I know that even it was more of a case of like I just wasn't in the right mindset at that time. And there's evidence of it. I see it on Facebook as well. Like when my memories pop up on Facebook, I can see that there's a post I would have put on like, which was just my weight, my chest, my waist and my hip size, just as numbers, nothing else. Just a post that's kind of like maybe a cryptic kind of sign. It's like, this is my starting point, and I'm going to lose weight from now. Obviously, I didn't. I didn't lose any weight. I gained since that time, but that was 7 years ago, and it's because I wasn't in the right mindset at the time. I obviously wanted to, but I just didn't have the attitude to fully execute it and follow it through. and that's fair enough. But I'm there now. It'd be great if I was able to send a message to my past self, like just little drops, like this isn't going to work out, but we are going to get there, kind of thing. So, or maybe not saying this isn't going to work out, still try, but we will get there eventually, kind of thing. So that's been funny. But with the mindset and mental health and kind of perspective, it's where it's not just affecting. It's not just for my kind of like eating and dieting and lifestyle change in that regards. It's also affecting other bits of my life as well. So I won't lie. My house, the state of my house, wouldn't look too surprising if you saw it on an episode of Hoarders. During like a phase where I was going through really bad depression, I just let things pile up, clutter and stuff like that. Luckily, like, if anything, it was just like, say, pizza boxes, takeaway boxes, or just clothes and other bits, just kind of clutter. No actual like rotting food or anything like that. There's a limit of that kind of stuff. I kind of like I kept it at a level where it wasn't dangerous, but it was just kind of like wasn't good to look at, kind of thing. It was just stuff everywhere. Winnie loved it because it meant she could go exploring into things that's like caving system for her, kind of thing. And now when as I'm clearing it all away, you can see she just sits in the middle of an empty space, like, where's my play area gone? But yeah, that's something that's happening now. Is I'm now kind of like actively decluttering and tidying up my house, and it's going really well. It's good. One of those things, again, it's just going to take a while process. I have had family in the past help me do like big clear outs and get me to a level like, if I just keep on top of it, it will stay good. But obviously going through depression and stuff like that, I never kept on top of it, and it went back. It didn't take long for it to go back into kind of like disarray or chaos. But now back in the right mindset of it, I wouldn't want the help in like a big clear out again to get it to that level, because I don't think I would learn anything from it. I think the way I'm doing it now, where I'm just kind of like taking a couple hours each day, or at least for the week, of making sure that I'm getting rid of like 2 or 3 black bags of rubbish, more than I would ever generate, going through it and it clearing space. As I'm doing it slowly over time, I'm learning how to like put stuff away, where to sort stuff, what I can, if I actually need it. Like I put something in an area, I'll be like, okay, if it's still there at this point and I know that I don't want it, it's going either to a charity shop or in the tip, kind of thing. So I've got that going on at the moment. And then of course as well with looking at doing like the VO work stuff, that I've now set up some software. I've been looking at scripts. I've got a few scripts saved out, and now hopefully over the weekends when I find time, between the cleaning and doing the exercise, I can sit down and start rehearsing and reading the scripts and start building a demo reel, kind of thing. So again, that's all going really well as well. It's like all feeding into each other. Like I'm feeling good about the eating healthier and losing weight, which means that I'm now feeling confident in making decluttering in the house. And when I see the space that I've cleared and the progress I'm making in that's feeding into other good, like mental, it's all, creating momentum and kind of still making me feel good about everything, which is really good. I've said the word good a lot, too many times in this video. So yeah, that's going well. I've just recently put the TikTok video out where I was talking about with where I've been eating the same meal over and over again, of how I can keep that interesting and not kind of like fall out of love with food. I think I mentioned it before with like the chilinaise, that I have the bowl of like chili bolognese hybrid. Like I can change the flavor profile of that with like some seasonings I've got. So I've got like the Cajun seasoning, the jerk seasoning, and the paprika seasoning. So like on its own, tastes really, really good. And then if I want to, I can give it one of those seasonings. That works, but it makes it even taste just as tasty, just a different flavor profile, so I don't get bored of it. And now I'd been looking for stuff to do that with the tuna veg salad, because even though again on its own really tasty, having it the same every day I wasn't getting boring yet, but wanted to kind of get ahead of it and not let it get boring. So I've actually found out that hot sauces are quite good, in the sense that they typically are lower calorie than other sauces. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it's a case of because they use like less fats and creams maybe, There's probably still a bit of sugar in them, but not as much. So one I've picked up recently, I've got it here, is a Blue Dragon chili and garlic. And when I was looking at all the other kind of sauces, typically you'd see like per 100 grams, they would be like, say, 130 to 150. I think there was one that was like 180. So it was a bit too high. But this one is actually only 93 calories per 100 grams. So, and that makes it good, because that means that, say, if I use a typical serving, which is, I think, typically between 15 to 20 grams, that means that if I do 15 to 20 grams, I know it's going to be less than 15 or 20 calories I add on top. And again, so that'll just change the flavor profile of the tuna veg salad, which is good. And what's funny is that I never really liked heat, like spicy things in the past, but I think now, like, my body's gone, right, okay, if we're gonna enjoy the taste of things, we're gonna have to, get used to spicy stuff, because I always find that the aromatics and the flavors of spicy things have always been really nice. I just never really liked the heat. And another one I picked up as well is the I don't know how you pronounce the name of this brand. I don't know if it's like Kahlua or Cholula, I think probably might be the right one. So this Chipotle hot sauce. I haven't actually tried the flavor of this one, so I don't know how good it's going to be, but it was on offer at Tesco. And again, this one's even better. So this one's, this was per every 100 mils and grams typically are the same, but this is 42 calories per 100 mil, which would be like 100 grams. So again, I could do a 15 or 20 gram serving on top, and it would be around about 7 to 10 calories. So again, there's another one I can use just to change up the flavor, and say I won't be putting that on every meal. Like, I'll maybe have the tuna veg salad bland, well, not bland, but as is, which is, again, is really tasty. And then next day I'll put on the chili and garlic, and that will make it tough, and then have it again without, good, and then the day after have it with this one and change it. So it just kind of keeps that variety going, and I think that's one of the main secrets of keeping eating the same thing over and over again in that kind of meal prep routine, and it's working, and that grind. This kind of helps with that, because adding 15 to 20 calories on a singular meal in a day is not a biggie. You can easily offset that with just your walking and stuff like that. So, and I'm making sure that I'm still keeping the calories below, kind of trying to hit between that 1800 and 2000 calories. So that's okay, that's fine. So yeah, so that's a kind of like little tidbit for how I've been keeping myself kind of like happy with the meals, is changing the flavor profile on that. Anything else I need to kind of work on? No, that's kind of it, really. Yeah, so to quick summarize, like, we gained over the last couple of weeks, but we're on top of it. We know what's going on. We've made adjustments, and we know that we're already losing again. This is ready for next week, so that's fine. Positive in mindset about the activities that I'm doing at the moment. Maybe joining a gym in a couple of months' time, and currently doing more at-home exercises. So activity is still good. Mental health has meant that I'm now tackling other aspects of my life, not just like my diet and my weight, but actually the quality of my house and taking care of that. So that's improved. Hopefully gonna get on doing some voiceover work, practice to make a demo reel in the next few months, and we'll see what happens from that. And then, yeah, the quick tidbit about sauces and how I keep my meals varied, even though they're the same meals all the time. That's pretty much all of it is for now. So yeah, if you have any questions, or is there anything about like the Path Remission Programme that you want me to cover, things that I do, just any kind of general questions at all about what you think might help, or anything like that, any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you enjoy listening to me ramble and not know what I'm talking about, then drop me subscribe and a like, whatever, one of those things, and then I'll see you in the next video, which may be a short. on Thursday. We'll see if I start making those alongside the TikTok videos, or you can catch me on TikTok and see the little short updates that I do on Thursdays and little other videos that I post in between. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to wait until YouTube comes out, you'll see me in the next YouTube video on Sunday for the next vlog adventure. But again, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Your kind words keep me going, and obviously me making these videos holds me accountable. And as always, I'll try and be as transparent and as honest as I can about the whole process, because by me withholding anything doesn't help anyone else, unless like it's personal and I don't want to, then that's fine. But me, like say, I'm trying to get more aggressive. If I lie or cheat or bad or anything like that, you don't care. Like, it's not affecting you that much. It's me who's gonna not be losing the weight or not helping myself going forward. So yeah, I really appreciate being held accountable for it, because it keeps me on the right track. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care of yourselves, and see you soon. Goodbye.